with us now, and they're led by a new face, but very familiar to the program, James Colsey III, now the new head coach of Florida A&M. Thank you so much for being here. And Coach Colsey, you get to take the reins of a program that has already found great success, and you help build some of that along the way. Just from your position and from your stance, how heavy is that weight to try to carry on and continue?
Pretty heavy, I would say, but I think since it's a new year, we also understand that the expectations are still the same. But again, as I've mentioned today, it's an extreme honor to be the 19th head football coach at Florida A&M, but I also understand that brings great responsibility.
First-year head coach, and we've talked to a few of them today. What are you most looking forward to, and maybe some advice that you've received that you feel like is going to aid you along your way?
Well, I mean, I'll say this, having the opportunity in Canada for 7 years as a head coach, that definitely got me ready for, I guess, for this opportunity at the Division I level. I think the biggest thing is just, if you want to put your thumbprint on it, then do that. Don't be passive about it. I would say, obviously, taking the reins of this program as the defending champion, I think that, again, comes with a little bit of pressure, but obviously, as I said, great responsibility. I got some great players that I brought along with me. I got some great players that are still in the locker room, so it does help with a lot of the senior leadership that I have that's going to help me along the way as being the head football coach here.
Quarterback.
Yes,
always
sir.
comes down to quarterback. You all lost Musa, who go down as one of the Florida A&M legends. How's it shaping up for you, the quarterback position?
Well, we got a 1A and a 1B right now, right? We got two guys that are working really, really hard at the position. I think that right now we got one guy working with the twos, we got another guy working with the ones, and those guys are offsetting, throughout practice. So those two guys are going to be extremely integral to what we're trying to do. But I think the biggest thing people have to realize is that Coach Simmons wasn't just our head coach. He was also our offensive coordinator. He was also our quarterback coach. So, we didn't really get a chance to have our new quarterback coach have an entire spring with the guys. So, we've used not just the spring, but also the summer to go through installments, go through our OTAs, go through our team lifts where we're trying to incorporate our system. And now the biggest thing with our system, not much has changed. So, but I will say this, we're not ready to make a decision on who our quarterback's going to be, but we will make one in the near future.
Well, when you talk about the changes that have come there, Willie Simmons left, and he became an instant legend.
Yes, sir.
It's rare to see it happen.
As
You're
he should.
replacing a legend already.
Yes, sir.
What did you learn from him? What do you continue that you saw from him? And what are some of the biggest pressures you have in coming behind a legend?
Well, the first lesson I learned was he had an amazing office. His office was a hell of a lot better than mine. I can tell you that. And I was wondering why he had his door closed a lot, because that office that he had was great. I think secondly, the word of patience. Letting this thing unfold. Just because something may happen in the beginning doesn't mean that's what's going to happen at the end. So he did a great job of even though being in the moment, but he also did a great job, I thought, of thinking ahead. So, those are the things that I learned from him, and ultimately let our players play. Let's not try to slow them down and make them robots. Give them the opportunity to be the players that we recruited them to be. And that's ultimately what we have right now. We got 19 graduate seniors on our roster, and we have another 19 seniors also on our roster. So we got a veteran group. We got a great group that I like to walk into the locker room and be around every day.
And looking into it, it's two-edged. I think the alum, I'm outsider looking in clearly, but the alum stepped up and said it was important to them that they had somebody that was part of the program that had won the championship. How did that make you feel knowing you had people say, you know what, we got a good thing going, let's promote from within?
Well, I would say it was not just our alum. I think it was our alum, but also our players. I can honestly say that without our players and their support and the things that they were saying, it's probably a different person sitting in this chair right now. But I think amongst us winning the championship that we did win, and having the success that we had, I think the biggest thing that they wanted to make sure was why change anything. And obviously, it was felt not just in Tallahassee, but across the country. And ultimately, again, that's why I'm happy to be sitting in this chair right now.
Historic season for Florida A&M, going 12-1 last year and winning the SWAC
with no asterisks.
But also with no defeats. 8-0 through the conference.
HBCU
now,
national champions.
Now you go through this gauntlet of a schedule, and it ain't easy when you start off. It's on ABC in the SWAC Challenge, and then right after that, South Carolina State, two former SWAC foes that you face off against, and before you get into conference play at the end of September. For you, when you look at that schedule and the meat of it, where's the chunk of it?
Well, I think the biggest thing for us is we'll have to be ready to play early. I think after the first couple weeks, we'll know where we are as a football team. You know what I mean? But it's part of it, right? I mean, you know, we're having that opportunity to play in the SWAC Challenge is great. Getting a chance to come back and open up the season against South Carolina State. Obviously, you know, they've been foes for quite some time. And then obviously, you know, you head to Miami, you know, our guys that have those aspirations of playing at that next level, that allows them to show how they can play against those quality teams. So obviously, when you go through the schedule, you know, we got some tough football games, but I know our guys are going to be ready for it.
It's interesting because, you know, me and Tiff, we talk about FAMU thinks they own Atlanta. You know, and you won the national championship here. And then we're going to see you opening week of the season with a chance to own Atlanta. But more importantly, it's like, are you going to win enough games to get back to Atlanta for that Celebration Bowl?
Well, I think the motto is start in Atlanta and end in Atlanta, but people are failing to realize we got to go through a whole another 9 or 10 weeks just to get ourselves back there. So I think the biggest thing for us is just making sure we take care of things 1 week at a time. Let's go 1-0 for the week, and then if we can do that, you know, we'll be in good shape.
How's the 100 looking?
Oh, they always look good. They're asking us how we're looking. You know what I mean? We ain't got to ask them. They're asking us.
That's curious. Who's more popular, the football team or the band?
You're asking the head football coach. You're asking me. You're asking Tiffany. You're asking the head football coach who's more popular.
It just depends on whomever you're asking at the time.
I would say it all depends on who's performing. What's going? Is it halftime or is it during the game?
During the game.
You know, I mean, I can tell you I've seen my guys in the locker room dancing and doing all this stuff. I can tell you who dances better. That's the darn band. I can tell you that for sure.
Speaking of a couple of top performers, they were among the best in the SWAC last year. Preseason honors once again for Kelvin Dean and Kendall Bowler, who's standing by with our Simone Stanley.
These suits are crisp, but of course what's standing out the most is those SWAC championship rings. Let them see it. Celebration Bowl rings, loading. They're on the way. They're in the mail. Yes. What's your favorite detail on that SWAC championship ring?
My favorite detail, I say the inside. Y'all can't really see it. I'm gonna turn it anyways though, but it say 20 straight wins and brag, one losing brag. I've been here for 3 years, we ain't lost yet, and we continue to not lose and brag. So that's how we're gonna keep doing that.
And it has the state of Florida etched beside it.
In the state of Florida, you know, Florida boy, so yes sir.
What's your favorite detail?
I mean, just the last names and how it hit when you put it in the light. Like, everybody can see, okay, it's shining. Like, yeah, they did that for real.
How did it feel walking in the building today as the reigning champs?
Oh, you know, it felt really well, but at the same time, you know, we got a big target on our back, so we got to just stay consistent, keep doing what we're doing.
I mean, the aura is just different. You know what you got, you earned it. So, I mean, we just ready to come back and put in that same work or more to get back to where we came.
What did you learn from that championship run that you can apply to this season?
You know, just be humble. You know, that was my first championship, so it meant a lot to me, even like from Little League to high school. Like, you know, it felt a lot. So, you know, my first championship, it means a lot. So just us staying humble, keep doing what we're doing, it means a lot.
And that smile is showing it all.
I mean, it's wins and losses. We just got to know how to bounce back when things aren't going our way, and that's one of the most important parts of our championship run that we had, was just bouncing back when things weren't going our way.
And it's a lot of new pieces added to the roster, a new head coach in town. How has everyone been gelling?
Everybody been gelling real well. You know, Coach Cole's been here for like the past 2-3 years, and he's been the corner coach, which is my position. So I feel like I know him a lot more than everybody else. But, you know, he's been doing well. You know, he's on us when it comes to meetings, classes, you know, getting to practice on time, off-campus stuff, things, everything. So he's doing a very great job.
And when he was up there talking to Tiffany and Jay, y'all kept saying, Coach is so funny. What is it about his personality that stands out?
Man, he's just different, man. I love the dude, man. Like, his persona, man. I can hang out with him. I can go out bowling and we can have a good time. Like, he's just a person that I can connect with personally. So I just love him as a coach.
And he's hanging with y'all with the suits, the outfit. I think his green glasses might set him apart a little bit.
He got that a little bit. He got that. He doing the thing.
We were also talking about going to Jackson State, going to the vet for the first time in both of y'all's career. What are y'all excited about for that?
I'm excited, man. You know, the past couple years I've been here, you know, we played in Miami at Orange Blossom Classic. So us just going, you know, traveling to Jackson State, It's gonna swing. It's gonna be packed. And, Rock Nation gonna take over. They're gonna come real deep. So I'm very excited for it.
I mean, I'm just excited about the atmosphere. Like, just imagine being on the sideline, hearing the band play their special tunes or whatever they done been practicing on. It's a different feeling being out there and being on the field playing in it when all that's going around outside of you.
And lastly, what is it going to take to go back to back?
Us, going back to back, just being very consistent, when it comes, like ups and downs, we got to look past it, we can't just dwell on the past. So if it comes, somebody, we lose a game or this and that, but you got to keep going, keep moving forward.
For me, it's about keeping the main thing. We kind of want to forget what happened last year and create a new slate of things that we want to accomplish this year and just kind of knock them off the board one by one and just stay focused.
Absolutely. Well, thank y'all for the time. I think everyone has Pham and Jackson circled on that calendar as well.
Yeah, remember how they started the season last year with that kickoff return for a touchdown, really set the tone. But also, Kendall Bowler's smile sets the tone for the season. Like, I love just that bright, beaming smile. And you hear how Coach Colsey has also won the locker room, that player-led coach, and Kelvin Dean talking about just how cool of a guy you are. So I can't wait to see what the Rattlers have to do.
What impressed me, it's impressive, but it also makes you say, right? 20 straight wins at Bragg. So going into the SWAC championship, I was like, you know what? I said, Prairie View's going to have to beat them by 16 in order to win by 2. That is that home field advantage that y'all definitely have down there. Rightfully or wrongfully, I don't know how it happens, but y'all find a way to win at Bragg Stadium.
Absolutely.
Found a way to win and made it a no-doubter at the end of it. South Carolina State will come into Bragg Memorial Stadium on the second week of the season, and we'll see how it all fares out. Of course, they kick off the season where they ended as champions in Atlanta for the Cricket MEAC SWAC Challenge against Norfolk State. Florida A&M will take the field under Coach James Colsey III August 24th.